So it was the Fulani people that are committing all this genocide. It is not Boko Haram.
Well said. Well said. I agree. Thank you.
Our vice president, who is a sponsor, who they caught a terrorist with him in his house, Kabiru Sokoto.
Okay.
Not a vice president.
Okay.
So all of them are involved in this terror group. So the Americans know what exactly they are doing. Until African will sit down right and will say the truth to ourselves. That is when Africa will be whole.
Okay. Thank you very much. Candid the discussion and going straight to the point. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, you are, of course, listening to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. I said it there. And we have to be honest. The vice president of Nigeria, I kid you not, supports the BH, supports them, even as we speak. And that is something that ignored. When you have people like that in the heart of the government, then we are not really going to be able to solve that problem. If anybody is committing a crime, I don't care where they are from, they shouldn't be part of the solution. He is part of the problem. He cannot be part of the solution. Respectfully, Mr. President Tinubu, I'm not saying this as a hatred. We're saying the facts as they are. Thank you so much for that. I'll come back to you, Popola. Let us go to Mamo. You've been waiting, then I'll go to Peter Meka.
Yes.
Mamo, please go ahead. Welcome.
Good evening, everybody.
Greetings. Well,
and also sincere greetings to everybody else listening in the airwaves or in their homes. My brother, I mean, listening to your program, I am always tempted to join in, although I have to wake up like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you. I applaud you for your commitment. Thank you. Wow.
Yes, because I see these discussions as like enlightening people, educating the people so that prepared against a lot of this propaganda which is happening in our countries and also in the diaspora. My brother, Nigeria is a key. It's a master key that anybody else who controls Nigeria controls the crown jewel in Africa. I'm not from Nigeria, but I consider myself Nigerian in some way, believe me. Nigerians, I had teachers in Nigerian teachers in Gambia. I come from Gambia.
Yes.
Platform before.
Yes. Yeah, I remember now. Yes. I remember now.
I say what we that speak on these platforms, what we are not supposed to do is to be emotional about the issues that are happening in our countries. We shouldn't be emotional, and we should not speak when we are emotional, because what is happening to our people, what is happening in our countries is a lot of it has to do with we have been conditioned to despair, to feel to be hopeless, to feel like we can't help the situation.
Right.
So we need an intervention. The people who have created a lot of the poverty that is happening in Africa. Africa is not a poor continent. I say Africa is the continent that is self-contained. If you fence it, Africa can survive without anyone else's help. The things that we have is what everyone else is looking for. In America, there are people who are sleeping in their cars. They go to work, and then when they finish work, they go and live in their cars. Because why? They can't afford to pay rent. Are they not suffering? Those people are suffering. But what is happening in Nigeria, I think we, the people of Africa, should be the ones that will decide what happens, how we can fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Look, what is happening in Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger has demonstrated to everyone what is possible.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
These people have been kicked out from Niger. They had a drone base there. How long have they been there? Many years. Did the problems in those countries help? Did they help? No.
No.
How many years was France in Mali? Over 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Did they help the situation? No. Now, if this person who is saying he's going to come and help Nigeria, when he come to Nigeria, who are they going to fight?
Mm-hmm.
Who?
Mm-hmm.
Who are they going to fight, my brothers?
Very
you
good
cannot
question.
defend Nigeria against Nigerians. The Nigerians can defend Nigeria against the evil that is happening in Nigeria. I understand people have lost family, they have lost friends, they have lost their villages. I understand all of that. But you cannot bring the one who have been all over the world fighting phantoms, fighting ghosts. Because that's what it is.
Yeah.
They've been fighting ghosts.
Yeah.
And now they want to come into Nigeria to fight who? Ghosts.
Yeah.
They never won anywhere. Everywhere they've been trying to establish themselves. They've tried to entrench themselves. Control. Nigeria, what is happening right now is extortion.
Yeah.
Someone is being told in Nigeria's government, you do what we want or else. This is what is happening. You know it, you don't know it, this is what is happening. I understand Nigeria is trying to join the BRICS. And when that happens, someone else is losing control. I don't know whether Nigerians know that.
Yeah.
If Nigeria's currency, for
that's
example,
a fact. That's the fact
said
right
this
there.
before, for 34 years, your currency was devalued. What is happening when your currency is devalued? That means you cannot import things. You have to use someone else's money to import what you want. And that is actually reducing your power. Nigeria has everything that you need for your money to be a dollar, for example, to be as powerful as the dollar. What do you need? It's gold, diamond, oil, and gas. You have it. Why are you a bigger nation? Why? It's not God design. It's people, politicians have decided willfully, deliberately. Unless we understand that this, we cannot, nobody else is going to fix your problem. You should be one that is going to fix your problems. And you know what, my brother? It's time for Africa to start to learn how to defend itself and defend its interests. Because this is why we are struggling. We are not able to defend ourselves. That's why any I don't know, anybody can just turn and then try to impose themselves on us. Nigeria is more than 300 million people. Why should we need France? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Why should we need Britain?
Yeah.
Why? Nigeria is a country of brilliant people.
Yeah.
Why is it struggling?
Yeah.
My brothers, let people not despair. That, if you open that window, if you open that door, that is where the devil needs you to open. If you despair, if you become desperate and you start saying things and you start begging, this is where you are compromised. The whole of Nigeria have to speak in one voice. The whole of Nigeria have to rally behind one voice so that this evil can be dealt with. But the moment everybody else start to speak in different, pulling in different directions and inviting an outside force, a force that is not even coming
Mhm.
from Africa,
Mm.
my brother, you know that you are not going to have peace.
Mm. Mm.
That is for sure. Let me not monopolize the like the time to
Thank you.
speak, but I thank you all for your attention and for allowing me, my brother, once again to speak on your platform. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Malmo from Gambia. Thank you. You spoke really eloquently on this issue, and I'm so glad. African Giant, I've forgotten. Are you there? African Giant, you wanted to say something? Yeah, let's go back to you. Please, thanks for waiting.
Yeah,
Please chip in. Go ahead.
thank you so much. I think everybody has spoken so well, and I think it is very important to understand that it is always a two-sided. And then, if these people get a hold of Nigeria and set up their military base, it could be an issue for our brothers in the Sahel. That's another side of the story. But let's look at it intensively. A pregnant woman who was rushed to the hospital cannot determine who get to treat her or attend to her. She just needs somebody. So this is a question of testing the integrity of the American or testing the the integrity of Trump and the United States. It's not what we need right now as a Nigerian. So if you are in the country, I'm currently in the country Nigeria.
Okay.
So I know exactly what they are going through. I see things and they see me. So it is very important that if the case is different, where we have a junta leader, a revolutionary leader, like the Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso, as a migrator of Mali, and then the man here in Niger.
Yeah.
The way they are flushing out these people, if that same case of our own biggest puppet leader, if that is the case, is what is doing, that's what is doing. They have been doing that, and then it is open to the people that is doing it. People will not be clamoring for help from the Western world. And if you look at that intensively, you understand the pain of a mother that 2-3 children are unalive. You understand the pain of a child who is barely 6 years old and two parents are gone. You should understand the pain of a pregnant woman that lost a husband to this radicalized extremist. So we need to understand the pain of the people. I'm talking about resources. These resources, none is belonging to Nigerians, and every Nigerian is benefiting nothing from the government. Rather than that, they are still taking from them, milking them. I can tell you categorically that the banking system in Nigeria has been taken hold by the Chinese. They are transacting billions of Nigerians' money on a daily basis. That is sad. It's a big slap on our face as a government, as a people, as an African. That somebody can come and establish our international community, our financial community, and take a hold of it. It is very sad. That cannot happen in Chinese, that you heard Nigerian establishing such. And let's go to mining. They are doing all these things in appropriate and then in conjunction with Nigerian government. You can't tell me that they are illegal miners. They are there in their jurisdiction. Even Nigerian police are securing them. So it is very sad that Nigerians are benefiting nothing from these so-called resources that we're claiming about. And then talking about the oil that Nigeria has, the man, a single man, built a single train refinery, one of the biggest in the world. Nigerian government denied him to have a crude oil to refine to Nigerians. Rather than that, they ship it out to the United States, to the Western world. You will hear they'll be taking it to Malta. Different stories. They sell it back to Nigeria. So as old as Nigeria is at 65, Nigeria at 65 couldn't afford a single refinery of its own. So there are Western powers, there are different powers behind that, but that's a story for another day. But what I'm saying in essence is that it is two sides of a coin. We need to secure our border in the Sahel. We can't give a hold for any pilfering, and let not lose our, because as we're talking now, the Chinese government they have reacted, the Russian government have reacted to this threat made by the United States. So we need to understand that we can't afford our land to be used for a battlefield, for a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
So the fact here is that Nigerians should keep their head up, and the Africans generally should keep our head up. This is time we need ourselves. Like somebody referenced the other time, if we have a working society like the ECOWAS, the EU, and the AU, this is the high time they're supposed to stand up and, being in society. So talking about the fact that you want the Sahel to come and support Nigeria, that will have to be hard for the whole issue. It will have for that. It will not even be a good case. It's not be a good case. But we need around call our government, summon them to take things in charge, refit the name of the people behind these insurgents, and to wipe them out of the system before we can now say, okay, people are good to go. But for now, I think it's a threat if we start calling Trump to come. It's a threat to the Nigerian government to sit tight and hold things accountable. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Again, well said. Well said. Well said. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Well, I got. Yeah, I'm on mute now. Thank you. Well said, African Giant. Thank you so much for that. I think these are what we are coming to a consensus now. Many of us realize that the fact that somebody disagrees with the solution that we're saying doesn't mean we are fighting each other. But it has to be said so that we can come to a place where we are going to make a rational decision and we are looking at the whole thing 360 and preparing ourselves for what is likely to happen. And that is why we need to have discussions like this.
I think
yeah, go ahead.
One thing I want to add again, because someone is echoing Eku as well. I think that's the second option. There was a video that I watched which wasn't shared on social media as such. I think it was last weekend where the Italian people, all of them, they marched out to a standstill. They put the country on a standstill, but the media did not carry that.
Okay.
So if we look at 2 billion, over 200 and something million people in Nigeria, you need to cripple that system first.
Yes.
To cripple that system, because this is something safe that everyone can do.
Yeah.
If everyone come at a standstill 24 hours, if nothing is happening 24 hours, extend it to 48 hours. If nothing is happening, someone will listen. Someone is going to listen to the voice of the people. And that's when Nigeria stands as one. Because right now, I think the underlying goal, the narrative towards is to divide Nigeria.
Yeah.
That's where all this is. That's where all this is heading. The people have power, but they've got to be able to take it and be consistent at it as well.
Yeah.
This is my 2 cents contribution.
Thank you very much again, Dream Coach. Thank you. Well said. I couldn't agree more. We do have to really look at things and really unpack all of that. And always remember that those who are causing that division, they never rest. They depending on the more we're divided, the more they can exploit. And let me go to thank you so much, Dream Coach. Let me go to Omoyo. Let's hear from you. Sorry, I'm speaking in Yoruba. Go ahead.
Okay. Express ourselves.
Yes.
Okay. Well, please, what was the prompt? The topic of the day.
Okay. The topic of today is basically the Nigerian government are speaking with the US, and they're saying they're having a diplomatic easing the tensions. But I am saying that we have to be wary of any speaking to the US, because look at what they did around the Is Not Real and Iran. Whilst they were saying they were talking to Iran, they were preparing them to be exploited and attacked by the Is Not Real. So much so that they killed several high-ranking military officials of Iran. And Iran was in disarray for quite a few days before they gathered themselves up and then started defending themselves. I'm saying that we have to be wary. We cannot trust the US. At the same time, I fully understand we need some kind of help. What exactly is that help? And what suggestions would you have for that? Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, my own submission is whether the US come or not, if we refuse the American from coming and assisting the Christians in Nigeria, the US has nothing to lose. They have nothing to lose at all. You know, the unaliving of Christians and Muslims will continue, you know, going on in Nigeria. You know, we need to be honest with ourselves that there's a genocide going on against Christians. Not even only the Christians, you know, even the Muslims. Because when you look at what is happening in Zamfara, for example, there are a lot of Muslims that have been unalived in Zamfara state.
Exactly.
And media is not even reporting it. In fact, there is a new tribe in Zamfara now that are called the Shua Arabs. The Shua Arabs, they call them the Shua Arabs, okay? And it is because of the gold deposit that is in Zamfara. So they want the indigenous people, who are predominantly Hausa people, out of that land. What is happening in northern Sudan is similarly to what is happening in Zamfara. You know, they want them out because of the gold deposit, and they are displacing them en masse. You know, they are bringing Arabs from northern Sudan, from Lebanon, to resettle in Zamfara, as I'm speaking with you, ethnic cleansing because of the gold deposits. You know, but we are not even focused about that. And when you look at what is happening in Benue is also, you know, that Benue is a state that is
horrifying,
rich in arable land.
Horrifying.
You understand? That's why they need Benue for their grazing. They need Benue is also crucial because Benue used to be known as the food basket of Nigeria. You know, these people, they don't just go to places and be unaliving people. You know, they unalive people in areas, in strategic locations that have mineral resources. You know, so if Donald Trump comes, it's good. I don't see anything wrong in Donald Trump coming. Donald Trump is not coming after our resources. California GDP is over $4 trillion. Their GDP is way more than that of Nigeria. Nigerian GDP is less than $400 billion. Our GDP is less than $400 billion. California GDP alone is over 4 trillion. So America is not coming for our resources. Okay? And our major resource is oil. Okay, and America now is even thinking beyond oil. Now we have electric cars and what have you, and oil is even no longer lucrative like as it used to be. We have so many alternatives to oil. So if America is coming, America is not only coming to save the Christians, they are only coming to save the Muslims. Because even President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he wished he could do something, you understand, to curb insecurity in Nigeria. But it is even beyond him himself. Look at the former chief of army staff, General Ibrahim Lagbaja, that the President Tinubu appointed. He was unalived. He saw the loopholes. You understand? He wanted people. You understand? But they saw him as a threat. Hence the reason why they unalived him. He died mysteriously. Nobody knew what took him out.
You're right.
Even if you look at Akeredolu was unalived.
Yes.
It was when Akeredolu starts this Amotekun of it. You know, Amotekun is Akeredolu's was the one that pushed that agenda of creating a security network in Southwest.
Indeed.
And it was when he proposed that idea that man started falling sick and everything and all that. And look at it, at the end of the day, they got rid of him. He wanted the Fulanis out of all the bushes in Benue. He said that he will clear all the bushes in Ondo State. He wanted them out, but they were not happy about it. But look at what happened at the end of the day. They took him out.
Yeah.
You know, so whether we like it or not, if Donald Trump comes to Nigeria, You understand? I believe it is in the favor of the Christians and the Muslims that have been unalived. You understand? It's not only the Christians that are going to benefit from his intervention, the Muslims are also going to benefit themselves, you know. And if we say Donald Trump should not come, America should not come, America has nothing to lose. You understand? The unaliving of Christians will continue. And it is a shame that we black people, we cannot do things for ourselves. It's really sad that it took Donald Trump, you understand, it took Donald Trump intervention for our leaders to sit tight and to look for how they are going to cope insecurity. When they said that we are not capable of building a society, organizing a society, you know, we are making it look as if what they are saying is true. You know, look at Nigeria today, our military is infiltrated. Tinubu cannot do anything because even before Tinubu came there was insecurity. Buhari, who used to be a military general, he couldn't even handle it himself. You know, he has military experience and everything. I expected someone like Buhari to cope insecurity in Nigeria. He couldn't do anything. So me, I wouldn't blame President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He's trying his best. I wouldn't blame him at all. He's trying his best. He's beyond his power. So I don't see why he cannot work with Donald Trump. You understand? So that there will be, you know, so that at least collaboration between our military and American military in order to defeat these unscrupulous elements that are making life unbearable to our people. If America is coming, me, I support it fully. And they are not coming for our resources. Our resources is not really that significant anymore. Oil and water view is not, like I said, California is richer than Nigeria. Their GDP is over 4 trillion. So what is America coming to steal from Nigeria? They are coming to help. Okay. You know, they are coming to help. Let them come. That was my own submission. Let them. In fact, it's getting too late. They should come and assist. They know where they are going. They know they know their target. You know, they know their target. They want to take out the bad boys. So let them go and take out the bad boys. And this it's not as if they've not done it in other countries before and they are successful. Look at Al-Shabaab in Kenya. It was America that quelled the Al-Shabaab tension in Kenya. Even in Somalia, all those pirates that were causing problem in those days, you know, kidnapping people here and there. It was America. It was American intervention that stopped it. You know, we have so many countries where Americans have intervened. They've had a successful mission, successful intervention. We should look at those countries as well. We should not just be looking at Libya, Iraq, and what have you. Let us look at other positive side of America. If America wants to come to Nigeria, if America coming to Nigeria is going to stop the genocide of the Christians and of the Muslims, you know, me, I'm in for it. And if we say America should not come, at the end of the day, everyone is going to lose. Because when these terrorist people, when they overrun North Central, you understand, Abuja belongs to them. Abuja belongs to them. Plateau, they've almost taken Plateau State already. They remain over 50 communities in Plateau State. Some months ago, I read it on Punch News, over 50 communities. Their target is to annex Benue and Kogi. Once they annex Benue and Kogi, they will descend on Southwest, whether we like it or not. So the last, we all lose. If you don't let America come in and solve this issue of terrorism. Okay. So the early America comes in will be better. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your deep analysis of the situation. It's sobering. We can't ignore it. I would just add that as I speak, in Sokoto a few days ago,
but it is rather you have moved yourself. Oh, it is rather unfortunate that Nigerians cannot even defend themselves. And at this point, these leaders are continuously looting the money of the country instead of them to you prove themselves militarily and everything, get sophisticated devices and whatever. They didn't do all that. No. So this is stacking money all around the countries. It's very sad. But now I think it is high time that they need to be on their toes. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
I agree with you, African giants, completely. Because this one that Nigeria is always calling outside people. This is the thing. It's savior mentality, you know. It's savior. Somebody is coming to save. You know, when you know, maybe you guys deserve Trump. All right, maybe you guys deserve Trump. That's why for 400 years, Africa have not moved on. 65 years Nigeria is doing.
Yeah,
at
true.
65 years, you would have thought. Maybe you guys deserve Trump.
We deserve Trump. It's really sad, you know. If we can't solve our problem and if it requires external stakeholders to solve our problem, then so be it. You know, we've proven them right when they said that the IQ of black people is very low on average. You know, because what our leaders are a reflection of our
for
IQ.
yourself on that. Do speak
No,
for
I'm
yourself
not speaking
on that.
for myself on that. Our leaders are a reflection of our IQ.
Do
If they
speak
cannot,
yourself on
if
that.
they cannot,
Okay,
I'm talking now is a fact. You know, sometimes you know to say.
Yeah.
Truth
Not a
sometimes
fact
is
for
bitter
me.
to hear.
That's not. I mean,
What I can say.
Can
1 second.
you
Okay,
tell
hold on.
me one
Hold on.
black country, you understand, that is not having leadership issues?
Okay. I think
Go to
they're
Ghana,
having
go
leadership
to
issue,
Togo,
but when
go
you're
to
talking
Benin,
about
go to Congo.
black people don't have brains.
Yeah, they don't have brain. If it requires Donald
Omoyo.
Trump
Hang on,
to come and
Omoyo.
solve our internal problems,
That's
Omoyo.
yeah,
Omoyo.
right.
Omoyo.
Right.
Can I? Well, hang on.
Don't put everyone in that category.
Yes.
Because I'm saying
I
Madam,
think.
Madam, try to relocate your family to Plateau.
I'm not
or
saying that
Benue.
everyone has a lower.
You are here fighting
On
for mineral
average.
resources, and life is going on.
Okay, hold on, guys. One at a time. One at a time. One at a time, please. Let me say this. Listen, I can hear the emotion from all of us about this, and I fully understand where Omoyo, I think Pupola, is coming from when they're talking about perhaps why is it we're failing. But the question shouldn't be why is it we're failing. The question is why has it taken us so long to realize that the reason why we are failing is perhaps because we have been conditioned by those who colonized us and still continue to exploit us, namely, until recently, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, $500 billion euros every year of our money funding the luxury life of French people. I'm not saying that we should develop it's somebody else's fault. I'm saying to recognize that and to take that chance now to get engaged, to free ourselves. So, to that end, let me put this on you, proposition to you all. The Nigerian government, you had African Revolution said it, and this is very key. The Nigerian government literally, actively disarms its own people. They disarm the people who are actually going to combat, who are willing to combat the Boko Haram. They go around when they see a community that is able to defend itself. The first thing the Nigerian government does is to go and disarm that community. And they make them vulnerable to such an extent that the Pew Pew people, the BH, just walk in and wipe them out. Now, for too long, many of us, and this is why I'm saying, please listen to me. The reason why we have been in that state of not even being able to fight for ourselves is psychological conditioning. That is why I say this unequivocally. The religions of Islam and Christianity on the African continent has been designed to disempower Africans, particularly the way it's been used to lead us into a sense of inertia and believe that, yes, the only way to help ourselves is to turn to the very thing that the colonials, both Arab and Europeans, gave us to depend on. Why are we depending on the very thing that those who are exploiting us are using to keep us weak? That's the question we should be asking in our communities. Because when you have communities that don't go to churches and those things and they defend themselves, and the government seeing that they are very strong and capable of defending themselves, our government works with the colonials in disarming those communities. Revolution said it. I am telling you, I've seen in Kwara State, there were 4 in the Obanla, I think is it, or Okeode. there were 4 very powerful farmers, and they were going and protecting their communities. Those terror people, when they know those guys were around, they didn't go there. So what did they do? They tricked them. 15 vigilantes. African Giant, thank you. 15 vigilantes. And what did they do? The government, through the governor and others, told them, oh, we need to service your weapons. Are you telling me that the people who are using those weapons cannot service the weapons themselves? So you can see that the people were tricked. As soon as they got the weapons of those men, they unalived them. So we need to be very clear that waiting for the government is part of the problem. And somebody mentioned Shetima, that they found a guy called Shokoto in Shetima's house. And that guy, instead of him being arrested, he was let go to commit yet more atrocities. So the reason I'm saying this is when we are thinking about, something is wrong with us, we need to understand that we are being placed in that condition. And on top of that, we are being told to depend on the very things that those who colonized us put before us. Anytime somebody gives you something for free and say it's for free, it is never for free. They are giving you that thing. They are keeping it to you because they want you distracted from really taking control of your land. I have been doing some research, and in both religions, those who are coming to teach those religions, as much as they tell you to pray, they don't rely on praying. Look at the BH. They get funded with weapons and ammunition and pew-pews and all of that. And then they carry out the dastardly acts in the name of the so-called. Now, if they didn't have those pew-pews, would they be able to do that? They wouldn't. But you are hearing them saying, Allah, this and that, they're saying all that. But they know full well that if they did not have those weapons and those pew-pews, they're nothing. They could never do anything. Yeah, exactly. It's takia, And the Christian thing as well, it's deception. So we have to understand that when they forced on us foreign religions, they forced on us foreign languages, they forced on us foreign education, they forced on us, wrong, even the food that we eat. This is deep. And if we don't analyze this deeply, we can't solve that problem. So we have to, first of all, unite. And that hence why I'm saying what I'm saying now. Please, we both know our tension is running high in our community. We are concerned. Every day, we are concerned. But we need to first unite. And here's what I'm going to read to you all. I'm going to read this to you. In Nigerian government, in the Nigerian constitution, you have a right to life under Section 33. Now, that right grants you right to life, by extension, recognizes the right to use reasonable and necessary force in self-defense or defense of others. We need to teach this to every single community. The government must be held accountable. The government actually removing the PUP from the people's hands, they are putting the people in harm's way. And the people must exercise their sovereignty and say, you don't have the right to tell me to put my life in danger and then not do anything. It is my right. I have the right to defend myself and my community as laid down in your constitution. And by the way, I've been doing this in Yoruba. I'll show you quickly what I've done in Yoruba. So we need this in our local communities for people to understand. So we need that. I did a program today where I shared this, and I've shared it on and I would urge others to do the same thing. In every South Yoruba community, by the way, let's not call it, I don't like calling North Southwest. Let us say in Yoruba land. Southwest means that it's like open land. Southwest, that's an open area. You're giving in your mind that, even though you are there, no, it's not really yours. It's an open area. And we need to say no to that. What we need is to start saying, no, it's Yoruba land. and we start making sure it's Yoruba land by speaking and showing our communities speak Yoruba land. Those who are going to serve the people must speak the language that the people understand in that area. For too long, when you are speaking a foreign, when you're speaking about laws and government issues and foreign language, you are effectively making your people slaves in their own land because they have to learn a foreign language. These are deep things that we need to do, you know. Okay, African Giant, I will try and send it to you. Inbox me. Yeah, greetings. Yeah, go ahead. Yes, let's hear you.
Yeah, my brother, one thing that you've just said something very, very important. You know, as Africans, we have allowed the English language to dominate our common sense so badly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we are so determined to learn other languages than actually our own native languages. You understand? You know, what you've just said, my brother, it just triggers some things or emotions back. You know, as a young man,
Mm-hmm.
you know, coming from Sierra Leone,
Mm-hmm.
I went through the education system within the UK.
Mm-hmm.
You know, first degree I did first degree in psychology and counseling. One of our most difficult modules, you know, qualitative research or lab research. You know, we went to university with with the Chinese. My brother, that module, whenever some of us who were as African people, you know, we've learned the English language, and even some other English people. So whatever the lecturers will be teaching, or whatever paragraphs or passages the lecturer will be analyzing,
Mm-hmm.
the Chinese kids sitting at the back, they have a Chinese dictionary. They are actually interpreting, they reference exactly what the lecturer is teaching in English. By the time my brother will leave that lecture, the Chinese kids are ahead of us. You understand? So imagine, let's say the entire West Africa, let's say we are going to have a module, let's say we are going to teach the chemistry or physics or most of the sciences, let's say, in the like for example, between the East Africa, we have the Swahili language, which is very prominent. Let's say, because Nigeria, no matter how you guys thinking that you are so doing bad in Africa, we have to remember that you guys have the second biggest economy in Africa.
Very true. That's correct. Yeah, correct.
Nigeria is a country that's full of talent, and most of our brothers and sisters don't even realize your potential. They don't even realize how powerful the Nigeria continent or the Nigeria country is, especially within the West Africa. Nigeria is just powerful equally like South Africa. Why do you think the southern part of Africa they are so arrogant? It's because of South Africa. We that are coming from West Africa, we only wish Nigeria have got their act together, or Nigeria is much more structured. West Africans would have been topping the chart. You understand? So we need to start rebranding the West Africa. I keep pushing for this as Pan-Africanists. We can do this. You understand? We need to be proud of what we have. We need to be proud of our languages, our culture. You know, and I guess somebody was saying earlier in the comments, was asking questions, but what about the people that was getting killed in the northern part? Are they not human beings? No, this is not what we're trying to say. If you want to address a bigger problem, you don't have to differentiate one side of the problem. You have to holistically. You have to deal with the problem holistically.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the problem is leadership problem, lack of patriotism. And that is something what we need to agree. For example, when Ibrahim Traore wanted, the success for Ibrahim Traore, my brother, if you go to Burkina Faso, or if you see a documentary about Burkina Faso,
Mm-hmm.
it's not because of the guy is just so intelligent or he's very determined to save his people, but even his own people are actually behind him. If you go in the streets of Burkina Faso, the people lying down in the street, we have the vigilantes. So why can we not have the vigilantes? If Nigerians are actually very patriotic, we want to save our people in the northern part, we can have the vigilantes. That's all I'm saying, my brother. Let's don't be emotional. Let's be very logical when we're dealing with this problem. It is not a religious problem. It is a general problem in Nigeria and also part of Africa.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Elombi, and thank you for coming back and actually speaking about that. It's a very, very important point you raised there. We, you know, and going to university and finding that there is no dictionary that actually translates into our own exact words, so we understand. And that is already preventing us from actually going forward in leaps and bounds, because it's regressing us back, because we are not speaking our own language. We need, that's why you see me, all of the farmers, they need to know what I just said here in the language. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Please go ahead. Chip in, please.
Yeah. So he's very right. You know, we need to promote and facilitate an African language the enemies can understand. You know, I would like to meet a Kenyan, you understand, a South African, you understand, and communicate in an indigenous African language with him rather than, you know, in English. You know, if you meet a Jamaican now, you meet a Kenya, Uganda, you know, guys will be communicating in English, you know, which does not go well to me. So I think that's Swahili that is suggested, that he proposed. Everyone should take it as a responsibility. You can download it.
Quick one about the Swahili. I'm afraid we have to be very careful because it has a lot of Arabic things in it. So I am not too sure. By experience, what I've had, there's a lot of Arabic words in it. So we have to be very sure, because we do not want to go from one place to another. What we want is we used to have our own languages. If you go across borders from Yoruba land, if you're going to the north, the language starts changing a little bit, and there's understanding. And if you go further, again, it changes again. So what we're looking at is where there's commonality of languages. Maybe it's those languages that we can learn, because you see, for too long those two sides have been playing us, and they've disempowered us. But I like the suggestion, please. Don't drop the idea. I like it. We just need to do further research. But carry on. Go ahead.
But I mean, I've studied Swahili, and I realized that Swahili is the most completed African language, and it is being spoken in over 6 African countries already. In Uganda, in Kenya, in Congo, in Rwanda, you understand? All these countries, they speak Swahili. If you look at Yoruba language, we are not even doing enough to promote our language. I don't know what's wrong with Yoruba people, but we have so many Yorubas in Togo, in Ghana, in Togo.
Exactly.
So we should be able to even promote our language. We have Yorubas in Brazil, that some of them still speak some Yorubas, and you know, but we are not doing enough to even promote our own heritage. And our language is also not complete, because we don't have a Yoruba name from Turkey. We don't have Yoruba name from China. We just categorize them as Iloyinbo. No, it's not. Everything cannot be Iloyinbo. It's wrong.
No.
Sometimes, if I tell people that our language is not complete, they will say that no, it's complete. Okay, what is Yoruba name from Germany? What is Yoruba name from India? No, they will say Iloyinbo. No, it's not. It's wrong. You can't just say that Iloyinbo. That means that it is not complete. And additionally, you know, there are we need to start using Yoruba language as medium of learning.
Yes.
In Yoruba land. There are some courses that we don't need to be teaching in English. Courses like social studies, you understand, physical and health education, you know, all these mushroom courses. You know, we need to be using Yoruba language as medium of learning. You understand, for all these courses. Let's say, okay, chemistry, physics, mathematics, those might be complex, but gradually we are still going to get there. But we are not doing anything. It's really sad. You know, look, I wouldn't blame the Arabs for what they are doing on this continent. They are doing it for the benefit of their own generations that are yet to come. We are not doing anything. We are so complacent. You understand? For our generations that are yet to come. So I wouldn't blame the enemies. Look at
That's true.
Look at Christopher Columbus, you understand, that went to North America to conquer the indigenous people, steal their land and everything. Who are the beneficiaries of what Christopher Columbus do? The descendants. They are the one enjoying what he did. You understand? He stole land, he created wealth for them, built wealth, you know. But we are not doing anything. What the Arabs are doing, okay, look at United Arab Emirates. Now, they don't have a single gold mine. But most of the gold they get is coming from Africa.
From Sudan.
Coming from Sudan. Zamfara. Not only Sudan, even Zamfara.
Yes.
I told you earlier on that now we have a new tribe in Nigeria called the Shua Arabs. Put it on Google, you will see it.
Okay, let me.
They are displacing the indigenous Hausa population in Zamfara because of the gold deposits. They want it at all costs. Arab will not go and be unaliving people in some lands that don't have any mineral resources. They only go to strategic places that have mineral resources. Why do you think that they care so much about Benue and Plateau State? It is because Benue State and Plateau possesses 65% of arable land in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but what we do is just speak grammar. Look, Yoruba, I'm really disappointed in us. You go on we go to some panel now, they will be talking about Igbo. Igbo is their problem. When Igbo and Yoruba have common enemy, instead of us to unite against our common enemy, and we are the majority, what is the population of Fulani people?
Exactly.
As much as I don't like the Fulanis, I respect them because they are so smart, they are intelligent. Academic brilliance is different from intelligence. Let us be honest with ourselves. If a try,
can I ask you a question here?
Okay.
As somebody that's not coming from Nigeria, you know, I told you I'm coming from Sierra Leone. You know, I'm a Sierra Leone. At the end of the day, I'm African. But one thing I don't understand, why have you guys allowed the Fulanis to dominate you guys so much?
It's because
small countries like Sierra Leone, our population, we're not even up to 10 million. We've keeping the Fulanis in a very comfortable position that we don't allow them to go wide like the way they will in Nigeria. What are you guys doing wrong?
It's a very good question.
Good question.
And it's really sad how we've allowed a minority group that is less than 10% of Nigerian population to dominate our leadership. If you look at our leadership, they dominate it. In fact, they've produced 70% of our leaders in Nigeria. Do you want to talk about Ahmadu Bello, Tafawa Balewa, Muhammadu Buhari, you know, and so on and so forth, uncountable people, you understand? And even in this administration, you understand, they still constitute the majority. In fact, they occupy strategic positions. They are calling the shot. Our military, they've infiltrated it to the extent that we have Arabs in our military. We have Northern Sudanese in our military. That's why the president is even weak. He cannot do anything. And look, these Fulanis are so sophisticated to the extent that they are not only calling the shots in Nigeria, they are calling the shots in some other African countries. If you go to Cameroon, they are calling the shots in Cameroon.
Yes. Yes.
In Burkina Faso that you see, you understand, Ibrahim Traore, most of the people he's taking out that is waging WAR against are still the Fulani people.
Yes.
Go to Central African Republic, they are dealing with them. But you know, Nigeria, I don't know why Nigeria allowed them so much. That's why Igbos and Yoruba need to be ashamed of themselves. They are so foolish.
You know what?
They are the majority.
Yeah. I think what we need to do is, I'm so glad we are having this discussion in the like this now, because we need to address the clear feelings in the structures that are on ground. The large part of it, let's be clear, the foundations that in which Nigeria is created is a major factor, one we cannot ignore. Please keep in mind, George Goldie was paid £865,000 for bringing the North and the South together for Britain. That is the reality, and it's in that structure that we are still trapped till today. And we have to dismantle that structure from the inside. We have this job to fix anything, has to be done from the inside. Again, our languages is what we need to do, and uniting, like African Revolution stated. So the work is what we're doing now. We need to have these discussions among ourselves. Bitter truth. Omo, the things you said, they are uncomfortable to hear. They're very uncomfortable. But we need to speak that, because we need that to provoke us to now say, okay, for the coming generation, we need to do X, Y, Z. And here are the steps we're going to take to do that. But again, empowering ourselves through our languages. We need to divest ourselves. That's what I'm saying it. You hear me saying it now. I do not accept or believe in saying Southwest about Yoruba land. Yoruba land is Yoruba land. It's been there before the colonials came. Our ancestors, or your empire, was as far as Benin, as far as Togo in Nigeria, in West Africa, sorry. And now they've carved that up, and they are telling us, oh, by the way, oh no, you're Southwest. That the fact that you are even saying Southwest and you are using that in your language is you're subliminally accepting the imposition of the colonial thinking in your mind. And that weakens you as a person. So what I'm saying is we need that strategic thinking. We need to be having discussions like this and at the same time having key plans. One of those key plans, the simple thing, Professor Sophia Uluwole, may our ancestors continue to, welcome, enjoy her among them there. She said something. Our children develop fastest between the age of 0 to 6 at home. The language of the mom, the trading of the market. But once they go to school, regression kicks in. Because in school they are taught about languages that they has no bearing to the society or the surroundings. And then the regression of those child from the age of 6 upwards in school kicks in so fast. It affects their speech, their thinking, their reasoning, their logic, everything. And this is why I personally, we were talking on Facebook. I never got to meet her. And it's a shame that she passed away. And I always followed her. Everything she did, I'm avid following her. Go and look at her name. But,
my brother.
Yes, go ahead.
My brother, let me say one thing again. You know, what is holding us as Africans to develop? The day our politicians will start taking an oath on the shrine, that's the day Africa is going to develop. Let's take the Quran, let's take the Bible out. It's not working, it's not part of us. You understand? If a Buhari or late or whoever, Obasanjo, all the late people, you think what they actually took an oath on the shrine? Do you think they would do such things?
No way.
They wouldn't do it.
No way.
You know,
no way.
We are so trying to be we are so trying to westernize, but the West is actually not acknowledging us, my brother. Another joke. Let me tell you another insult to us as educated Africans. Most of the academic curriculum was developed by the British system, especially all stars coming from West Africa. Now, if you're a medical doctor, if you're a lawyer, you're coming to the UK that you want to come study here or practice law or practice medicine, you're required to take an English language.
Exactly.
Or take another exam, which is another insult to us.
And it's
I'm gonna say, guys, you established this academic curriculum to us. So why are you contradicting us? Or why are you questioning it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
And this is how much these guys are taking us as a joke for far too long.
Mm-hmm.
It is very insulting, and I think we are laying down our ancestors. One of the primary motives why our parents sent us to school is to protect our land, to defend them, or to take advantage of our pride or our God-given right. We are not doing that. As Africans and West Africans especially, it is a shame. Shame to this generation. Shame to this generation.
It's our fault. It's our fault.
Yeah.
I would like to ask Ost a
Thank you.
question.
Yes, please go ahead.
You indirectly downgraded Swahili language because you said it has some Arab's intonation in it.
Yes.
And you know it is pertinent that we as Black Africans, we have a common language, indigenous language that unify us, that every Black person should understand. So which language are you going to propose?
I don't have a particular language. Look, the size of Africa for me, I think we need to be very, very dynamic in our thinking. And I say this because anytime we have anything that's corrupted, no matter how small, it goes to the core of the essence of who we are. It actually changes us. Just look at the languages that we're speaking. French, English, all these things. Even the meanings and everything else, it interferes with and interdicts with our reasoning as Africans. So we need something. That's why you see me, I say the lines where things get blurred. Perhaps we might be regions, we might have 5 initially, you see, we can't go from having the language of the colonials and just having, it's like a straight jump. We need to do this in a strategic manner. So we start looking this area. They are speaking this, they're speaking that, they're speaking, okay, they all understand there's a commonality. Okay, you guys start speaking with that one. Okay, you guys start speaking with that one. Okay, you start, then we now start going forward. Okay, which word what is commonly spoken. So I think that's probably where we need to go. To say just to go.
Commonly spoken.
Well, you say that, but others, for example, the English speaking side of things, it's gonna take a while to actually bake that in. It's not, what systems do we have that is really going to take that on board, from that side. And also, we have to make sure that in all our educational system, all of this feeds in. I'm not saying it's not possible, but I'm saying, do we have the mechanisms in place? And are we working actively on that? What is African Union is useless. What we are saying now should be done by African Union. But we know that they're not effective. AES is the vehicle for me. But we know that they're trying to dismantle that as we speak. And I know that once AES beds in, the whole of Africa, you will see a rapid change. So we need that structure. So, but let's not get bogged down with, changing the language right now, because that's not like I said, not the whole of Africa immediately. We need to start from within our communities first, I think, in my opinion. But go ahead.
To begin some, that's true.
Yeah.
You touched on one point there, but let me just reinforce this or expand on it.
Go ahead.
You know what, as Africans, and this, what I'm saying here, or what I'm about to say here, actually goes to all African countries. Especially, I'm very much focused within the West African countries.
Yeah.
Great potential comes from there.
Yeah.
You understand?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yes, my brother.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I hear you. I hear you.
Most of the times, one of the reasons that one of our problem in West Africa is West African youths tend to say, "Oh, there's no job in Africa." Do you know? Let me tell you today, and I hope all politicians are listening to you, my brother. One of the biggest issues that we have in Africa, that we always see, or the African youths are saying that there's no job in Africa. We actually have an academic curriculum within the tertiary institution that don't even meet to our daily demands. You understand? As we speak right now, my brother, I'm not talking about if you go around Nigeria or go around Sierra Leone or other West African countries, we are shorting of highly skilled vocational trainings. Most of those university qualifications, we need to eliminate them that we don't need. You understand? As we speak right now in Nigeria, for you to have, or West Africa, for you to have a powerful plumber or a powerful electrician, it's very, very difficult to get that. We need as we speak right now, China is investing heavily in renewable energy. We need to start training renewable energy engineers in Africa to match up with energy in the global stage. And that is what we're not doing. We still have somebody will tell you that, oh, I'm going to university to study library study or African study or African peace. Come on, what is that? What is your people? How is that skill going to help your people?
Yeah.
So these are the sort of things, my brother, we need to start looking into. There are jobs in Africa, but we can able to create it. The only way we can able to create these jobs is through by restructuring our academic curriculum.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Wow. Elombe, this is your chosen, this is what the ancestors have brought you here for. Trust me. This is what the ancestors have brought you here for. Because you are picking out the things, you are making us see things that I haven't even thought about. And please do not stop, do not relent. I want to see you. I hope I'm following you. Let me just make sure I'm following. Oh, I wasn't. I'm following you right now. I'm following you.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you. No, thank you. A round of applause to you again for the work you're doing and for, what you're saying is, in effect, our vocational skills are much more important than those useless degrees. Fancy names of a degree that just means you're nothing more than a shoe shiner. You're nothing more than you're not really having an impact on your society, a meaningful impact to actually be able to leave something for the coming generation. You are more or less something that's going to be a feeder into the colonial system in their countries. So this is the mentality that we really have to divest our minds of. oftentimes you will hear me sing that song. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of it can stop other time. And how long shall they kill our prophets? Or whilst we stand aside and look, whoa. Some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. Won't you help to sing this song of freedom? 'Cause all I ever hear, oh yeah, redemption song. And all I ever hear, oh yeah, redemption song. You see, we have to free our minds. This is why the language, our language is the key to freeing ourselves from the bondage we are in. You can teach somebody sciences in your language. Professor Sophia Oluwole said we could teach physics, science, and chemistry in Yoruba. In fact, I'm going to try and find that teacher. I think there's somebody online. They can teach you sciences in Yoruba language. Likewise in other languages. And we need to build that into our community. That is, you see, that is like you're making a fail-safe system. So if they break in one way or the other, the language is the way we free ourselves. When we are having to learn everything through our language, through our mindset, the thinking of our ancestors, connecting with who we are, we become unbreakable. And these are the kind of things that Elombe has highlighted and picked up on. We need to really work assiduously, collectively. There's so much work to do. Please do not be daunted. We can't be daunted about the work that needs to be done. But what we need to do is we'll take it at little chunks at a time and try and address it and come together and begin to make sure we pass on important information like this just speaking to your people about, do you know what this word means? Do you know what that word means? What does, thunder mean in your language? Ara, that kind of thing. Those little inconsequential words, you might think, they are significant. Because when you root yourself in Africa, your problem-solving skills will be African-based. That is what we are looking for in Africa. Until we do that collectively, consistently, and make it part of our way of life, we will be exploited. Because you see, these foreign languages, they are like, they've got back doors that let the colonials in and just destroy whatever it is we're trying to do. The languages, foreign languages on African soil, it's like you're leaving a back door for the thief to walk in, take whatever he wants, and you are still busy trying to follow. Oh, we're still, you're still at the front door. They've been to the back door, they've taken the stuff, they've left. So everybody now, and that is why you see Ibrahim Traore. What's the first thing he's done? The kids now, they've stopped speaking, they've removed French as their official language. So we need to, that's why I'm saying, already, those of us in Yoruba land, let me show you something, because that map bothered me. Yes, go ahead.
Do you know that Ibrahim Traore has incorporated Swahili in their curriculum?
I know that. I know. And
okay. I see no reason why you should not encourage people, your viewers, and promote Swahili. You know, whether it has some Arabic words in it, it doesn't matter. We have French and English as well. Modus operandi is even Spanish.
I understand.
So
I understand.
I think Swahili everyone needs to learn Swahili. It is spoken in more than 5 African countries.
If the consensus, if the consensus is there, sure, I'm with it. And we have to actually do this in a way that will bring everybody along. I agree with you. I'm not saying fully no, but I'm just saying we have to be right now, we are building something that we need to be very, very protective of. But of course, if we need to use it, for me, I see it as a vehicle to our eventual destination. I don't happen to
Yeah.
think that that will be the language we'll be speaking at the end of this. So, by all means, you know, I wouldn't say no to it. And like you said, because he said that, but at least he was courageous enough to remove French and other languages and English. He can speak it, but at home, he wants the people. And he's speaking, when he goes to the farms to see people, he speaks in local languages to them. The farmers, I've seen videos of him. He speaks to them in their language. He doesn't speak, English or somebody. No, they speak in, I think, Fula or something. I'm not quite sure. He speaks in that language to them, in the farmers, the onion makers, the rice makers, you know, all of them. And he carries the stuff with them. He's the man with his people, you know. So that's the work we need to do. Ladies and gentlemen, I so wish I could. Yeah, go ahead.
My brother, sorry, you know, if I'm being very talkative or
no. We need input. We need input.
Like I said, you know, my background is obviously political. Coming from a political background in Sierra Leone. If you come to, you know, I went, you know, in a very, you know, humble way. I went to the same high school, the president, our now president, and the same university. So
okay.
we coming from that political triangle. So this is something that we actually nurtured, you know, from a very early age. You know, this whole English language thing, the only way out of this language thing, the first step, in my humble opinion, the first step that we need to take, we don't need to start making English language a key form of qualification to gain university entrance. You understand? Now, the reason I can justify this, this is how we're going to dismantle this. Now, my brother, I'm going to give you a typical case study. In my country right now, I'm following in Sierra Leone, I'm coming from Sierra Leone. Our current WASC result, which is the West African, the West African examination, you know, which is required from any of our people or our brothers, you know, in West Africa. They need it to get qualification before they can get entrance to university.
Yes.
As I'm saying, my brother, we have one of the worst English language qualification this year, and you can see somebody getting 1 or 2 in chemistry and physics. But because of not having English language, we have been deprived getting the best scientists, getting the best engineers just of English language. Just because of English language. So now we are so overrated English language as a determinant factor that if you speak good English, that means you're intelligent. I mean, which is insane.
Let me say this for the people in the back. Speaking in a foreign language is not a sign of intelligence. It just means a sign that you are speaking the language they've been teaching you. It's not a sign of intelligence whatsoever. The good afternoon, 2 teas, please, and all of that. That's just inflection nonsense. What we need to know is what is in your brain, what is between your ears.
Your analysis. My brother, you know the chemistry, you know when they're asking questions in physics, chemistry, or biology, those questions are written in English language. So are you telling me that somebody that got 1 or 2 in physics and biology or chemistry cannot read and write?
Yeah.
English language?
Yeah.
And you're going to deny somebody the ability or that potential for them to be the best physician or the best you know, or geologists or whatever form of skills that our people need.
Yeah.
Just because of English language.
Yeah.
Bro, this is insane, man. We can do this.
We can. We are, and we are doing it. We would, no doubt, we're going to be doing more discussions around this language and the need for it to form the bedrock of whatever we're doing. Because, like I'm showing you now, the people in Nigeria, for example, because they don't know that they have the right in their own local language, that they can defend themselves, they're not defending themselves because they believe that whatever they say in the book is what they have to follow. And consequently, they are giving away their weapons. But when they understand this, and that's why I wrote it in Yoruba language. When I wrote it and I read it to you all, just so you know, Abala Ketala Esakeni. Oops, somebody's trying to block my broadcast, but don't worry, I'll get there. I will block it. I will they want me to suddenly bring it to an end. I'll be finishing in a few minutes, but I want to just say this. Okay. So now, I read this to you
Bro,
about.
what we need, you need to power tap. We are not power
Yes.
tapping.
Please
That's
power
the
tap,
thing. Let's
everybody.
power tap.
Power tap, everybody. Power tap, please, because I think for 15 minutes at least. Please.
Yeah,
I'm trying,
power tap.
please. Okay, so now what I'm going to show you is this. This is for Yoruba people across the whole Yoruba land to know that they have the power to actually defend themselves and their community and not give the guns away under the Constitution of Nigeria, but in Yoruba language. It goes like this. Abala kẹtàlélọ́gbọ̀n tí òfin orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ẹgbẹ̀rún méjìdínkan gẹ́gẹ́ bí àtúnṣe fúnni ní ẹ̀tọ́ sí ààyè àti ní àfikún mọ́ ètò láti lo agbára tí ó ní òye àti pàtàkì ní ààbò ara ẹni tàbí ààbò àwọn mìíràn. So that is simply saying to you, you have the power to defend yourself as laid down in the Constitution to the extent that you can defend your life by any means necessary in loose English terms. This is really important to understand, and I want people to take screenshot. If you're a Yoruba person, take a screenshot of this. Make sure it gets to your communities, because we want people to start defending themselves, knowing that when a farmer knows this, he can call a meeting and call the town hall meeting and tell those in government, look, I have the right to defend myself in his language. Not knowing this can save lives. The people in Kwara State, the 14 people that were killed in Kwara State, if they had known this, the farmers that were killed, they probably would be alive today because they would not have given their guns away. Because they believed in the law when they said, oh, we are going to take it because the government is telling you. And they put themselves in harm's way, not knowing their rights in their language. So this is key. Knowing your language can save your life in our communities. It is so important. So that's why we're doing this. I'm just going to do some closing remarks now because I need to get off again very early in the next few to do a few things. But I want to thank Elombi, Dream Coach, Popola, Omo Oyo, and others. And let's just say a closing statement from you guys before I wrap up. Any thoughts you want to, before we leave the broadcast? I really appreciate you all. And please tap and share and help us grow the platform. Of course, likewise, those of you, Vivian V on YouTube, please, everybody watching us on YouTube, give us thumbs up right now. Go ahead and give us thumbs up right now. And those of you who are watching, if you're not following me on YouTube, please go ahead, Citizen AY. Just go there and subscribe. I really appreciate you. Popola as well. Thank you. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Dim Coach. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say that, the conversations have been, it ended up really with a lot more insight. Elombi and all those that have shared on the live, whether for or against, everyone's opinion is welcome. We are here to trash everything out, to talk about anything and everything and come to an understanding at the end of the day. So I think especially what Elombi said, it's for me, it's more of the empowerment. And if we have a quick win in terms of the translation on how people the translation that you have on the board right now.
Yes.
On the screen right now, that's a quick win for people to know
Indeed.
that they can sort of defend themselves in their own language, specifically. And the vocational training is another one that the one that Elombi has mentioned, because a lot of people feel that they have to pay extortion to have degrees that they're not even getting a job from at the end of the day. In this world of AI taking on everything, degrees are nothing, because AI can do certain things in a couple of hours.
Exactly.
So I just want us to put that at the forefront. That handiwork, something that we can do creatively, unique creativity is what is going to serve. And I believe starting with the vocational training is one thing that will get us there, but it's not the ultimate, but at least it's something that can help the youth right now to level up to the rest of the world.
Fantastic.
So thank you very much, and I'll step down.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dream Coach. we will have that discussion. I've been mad busy, but thank you so much. And thank you for the work that you're doing. And we will catch up. And we need to still talk about the other project at some point, and it's even more relevant. But thank you so much. And a round of applause to Dream Coach. Thank you. Thank you. Now let me go to Popola. I'll let you speak. Popola, or in fact, okay. Elombi, go ahead, and then I'll let Popola speak after. Please, closing comments, please, before we wrap up. Thank you. Go ahead. Elombi?
Is it me?
Yes, please.
Yeah, so I have a message from my Nigerian brothers and sisters, especially the Yoruba people. You need to learn from Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone went through a 10-year bloodiest civil war, possibly ever in the history of that continent. I belong to the tribe called the Mende tribe. When the civil war breaks in Sierra Leone, the war started from the Mende land, which we saw that it was a direct target to us to eliminate our tribe. So what we did was we established or we formed a defense force called the CDF. We have the Command system. You can learn from the history of the Sierra Leone. You can learn from the history of the Mende tribe. You need to protect yourself, protect your land, and protect your children and sovereignty. Protect what is country. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Elombi. I'm following you, and I will be, no doubt, when I'm doing topics around, psychology and things, I'd like you to be there because you've given some insights which I know are key to actually breaking down this unending vicious cycle that we've been placed of, psychological damage. And we can free ourselves, like the son says, and emancipate yourself from mental slavery. And you all know that. And so thank you so much. A round of applause to you, Elombi. Let us go to Popola before I then wrap up. Popola, are you there? Would you like to say a few words before we go? And we'll come back and talk again about things. And those of you on YouTube, thank you all so much. Don't forget the thumbs up as you're watching. Help us grow that platform. We really appreciate you all. Popola, go ahead. You there? I'll unmute you if you're able to speak, Popola. I think he may be away from his phone. If not, there's so many people. Okay, you are at work. Thank you. That's okay. I am so grateful. If it wasn't for that, I had to go and do something. I've got some runnings I'm going to do quite early. So I'm going to get some rest before I do that. But I'll be back later on today. We're going to be following the issues of what's going on in Nigeria. And this time, we'll be talking about the ramifications of what they're trying to do vis-a-vis the AES at some point. But, and we will watch for further development on ground. But for now, I want to thank everybody. You've been listening to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. I really appreciate each and every single one of you. Vivian V, who's been answering the questions and leaving comments on Citizen AY on YouTube and sharing that. I'm really grateful for those comments. I'm really grateful for you being part of this process, even though you haven't spoken here. I will be doing a mixture of phone calls from people who are on YouTube, and you guys who are on TikTok can talk directly from the panel.
What's your YouTube channel name?
Citizen AY. It's
Citizen AY.
Yeah, Citizen AY. So just go on there and subscribe. Help us grow that platform. We want to get to 10,000. We're just about 6,000, 6,500. We want to get to 10,000 because the information that we're sharing needs to reach people on a wider scale. And your help is very much needed. But thank you all so much. For now, thank you also for the gift. Those of you who gifted the platform, we welcome Super Chats on YouTube as well. We'll be back later on and give you further updates. Let us keep this fire burning. We got to keep this fire burning. We got to keep this fire burning. That's right. We have to keep it burning. Right. Okay. Now, for me, you've been listening to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth about. I say good night. I bid you all well, and we'll be back real soon. We will continue to put our best foot forward and strive for a free Africa. And also, one final note, African resources belongs to African people. African resources belong to African people. Teach our children this very basic thing. We need to know that. Thank you all so much.
Thank
For
you.
now. Bye now. Bye all. Thank you.
you.
Bye, Lombe. Bye. Bye. So I'm going to end it now. So here we go. Okay. Okay. And thank you. Bye for now. Those of you on TikTok. So there. It's done. I'm going to get some ZZs. I need to do it quite early to do a few things. But, you know, listen, on YouTube, thank you so much, Vivian V and others. I haven't looked at the names. I've just tried to. Vivian, you've spoken a lot, and I've just seen the comments. Let me say, some cultures are already losing their languages in Nigeria. I hear the Yorubas are quickly losing their language in favor of English, Wafi, Aka, broken English. Yeah, we need to revert. We have to reverse that. Too loud and muffled. Oh, could you hear me at all? Sorry, I tried to. Okay, I'll address that. I'm so sorry about that. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. I didn't realize. Let me just see if I can, if that was addressed before I leave. I'm so sorry. I want to make sure you could hear me. Okay. I want to just be sure.
Is gold, diamond, oil, and gas.
Okay.
You have it. The English speaking side of things.
Okay, yeah, I think it sounds clear from this end, but I can hear, I will take note of that as ever. I can hear it here, so at least it can play back. And please do share this broadcast. There is a lot of information that we've learned here. Yeah, Citizen AY on YouTube. Thank you very much. What she said is in summary. Thanks as much, Auntie. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's just really continue this struggle. Please share the broadcast, and don't forget, if you before you leave, you haven't given us thumbs up. Even if you're watching afterwards, give us thumbs up. It helps the algorithm. For now, I say good night. Vivian V, we must be in touch. We must link up and have a chat. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Bye for now. Bye all. Bye.